Hello everyone, welcome, good afternoon. It's great to see everyone here at the House of European Football in Nyon for the UEFA Europa League round of 32 draw. It's a pleasure to see so many representatives of the clubs present here and clubs who have qualified and have a dream of making it to Lyon in May. As we look back at a memorable and exciting group stage, it was clear to see that it fully reflected the quality, the strength, the depth of European club football across the continent. We saw 381 goals in 144 group stage matches. That meant an average of 2.65 goals per game. No problems for teams to finding the back of the net. FC Zenit was quite good at that. They top scored in the group stage with 17 goals. At the other end of the field, Salzburg were excellent in defense. They conceded just 1 goal in their 6 matches, equaling the group stage record and also matched the existing record of keeping 5 consecutive clean sheets. The Austrians created a couple of other records of their own. We'll hear more about that in a moment. Those were some of the numbers from the group stage, but let's have a look at some of the action from the 32 teams who will be drawn today.
Zweiten Mal geht's.
Sinclair can cash in and does.
Ahí va Griezmann, golazo, golazo.
А вот здорово! 2-1. Sporting!
Lyon is the final destination, just around the corner from Nyon here. A lot of excitement in the group stage and a lot more heading our way when the knockout stages begin. And to help us unveil the mystery of who is facing who in the UEFA Europa League round of 32, please welcome on stage UEFA's Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti. Hey, Giorgio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of European Football in Nyon for this draw ceremony. The UEFA President, Alexander Ceferin, also wishes you the best of luck for the draw and, of course, also for your forthcoming matches. Once more, the UEFA Europa League group stage has provided drama, suspense and thrills. Now we can look forward to even more excitement in the knockout phase. There is considerable quality among the 32 teams that remain in this season's competition. The 24 teams that have finished first and second in the groups are now joined by 8 teams from the UEFA Champions League group stage. The 8 teams from the Champions League include 3 former winners of this competition, Atletico de Madrid, CSKA Moscow and Napoli. Congratulations as well to Astana, Leipzig, Nice and Östersund, who are all making their debuts in the Europa League round of 32. Astana are the first team from Kazakhstan to reach a UEFA club competition knockout stage. And Celtic's entry into the competition means that a record 30 countries have taken part in this season's UEFA Europa League. It's really a Europe-wide competition, the most European competition. In addition to what we heard earlier, Salzburg from Austria set 2 new records in the group stage. They topped their group for a 5th time and they finished unbeaten for a 4th time as well. So finally, we have a new youngest ever player in the UEFA Europa League. His name is Wim Goebels of Lyon. He came on as a substitute against Atalanta last week at the tender age of 16 years and 113 days. All the very best to this young player. The path now opens towards the UEFA Europa League final at the Stade de Lyon on 16th of May next year. Given the caliber of the field still in the running, it would take a very brave person to predict with any certainty the 2 teams that will be taking part in the showpiece occasion in France. It just remains for me to wish all of the clubs the very best of luck in their quest to continue their exciting adventure. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce our ambassador for the final in Lyon. French international, he starred for Lyon before moving to Barcelona, where he won the UEFA Champions League twice. He also gained everyone's respect and admiration for his courage in overcoming health issues and returning to complete a very distinguished playing career. Before seeing our guest here on stage, let's see him in action. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the UEFA Europa League ambassador for the 2017-18 final, Eric Abidal. Bonjour Eric, welcome with us. So Eric, your personal story is a story of success and courage. You must be very, very proud of what you have achieved during your career, aren't you?
Yes, it's true. I receive a lot of support from my teammates, from my family, and all this helped me a lot during my career.
Yeah, I'm sure. And one of the teams you started with during this fantastic career was Olympique Lyonnais, and the final is coming to the beautiful new Stade de Lyon in May next year. How great would it be for Lyon to have Olympique Lyonnais in the final?
I think will be good for the club, but also for the city to have the Olympique de Lyon in this final. They host a very good stadium. They have, I think, the mindset to be competitive in this competition, and for sure for the president and all the players, it's the goal for this year.
Yeah, they will try it all along to get to the final. They found already it quite hard in the Europa League in the group phase with this stunning Atalanta 26 years back after their last appearance in the competition, back in the competition, and very confident in the group.
Yes, for sure. They have a lot of talented players. I think this is, as I said before, the goals of the club, but many teams are here in this stage to win also this trophy, so I think will be good for everyone.
Yes. All these players will be there to win the trophy. We can be assured of this. Thank you, Eric. You can take a position there, and we are getting very close now to the draw. But before we do so, please let me invite on stage my colleague Michael Hezesveld, the UEFA's head of club competitions, who will explain the technical procedure of the draw.
Thank you, Torcio, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For the draw today, we'll have the 12 group winners, the 12 group runners-up, and the 8 third-ranked teams from the group stage of the UEFA Champions League involved. This round of 32 will be played according to the knockout system. In accordance with the competition regulations, the UEFA administration will fix the kick-off times. The full fixture list will be available after the draw at 14:15 in this auditorium. The following principles apply for the draw today. Clubs from the same association cannot be drawn against each other. The 12 UEFA Europa League group winners and the 4 best third-ranked teams from the UEFA Champions League group stage are drawn against the 12 UEFA Europa League group runners-up and the remaining third-ranked teams from the UEFA Champions League group stage. The winners and runners-up of the same group cannot be drawn against each other. The 16 seeded teams play the return leg at home. Finally, as the decision earlier taken by UEFA is still in place, teams from Russia and Ukraine shall not be drawn together. The procedure to establish the 16 pairings is as follows. The 16 balls containing the names of the unseeded teams will be placed in a ball just in front of Giorgio, while the balls containing the names of their potential opponents are picked from the pot of seeded teams just in front of us. The computer will indicate, after drawing each unseeded team, which group winners or best third-ranked teams can be drawn against them in accordance with the conditions just explained. Should we have only one team eligible to be drawn against a particular opponent, there will be no draw. And now I'll give the floor back to Giorgio, who will proceed with the draw. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. We are really ready. So just let's remind us of the names of the 32 teams for this draw. We start with the seeded teams. The group winners are Villarreal, FC Dinamo Kiev, FC Braga, AC Milan, Atalanta, FC Lokomotiv Moscow, FC Victoria Pilsen, Arsenal FC, FC Salzburg, Athletic Club, SS Lazio, Football Club Zenit. They are joined by 4 the best third-ranked teams of the UEFA Champions League, which are CSKA Moscow, Club Atlético de Madrid, Rasenball Leipzig, and the Sporting Clube de Portugal. The runners-up, so the unseeded teams, starting with the runners-up, are FC Astana, FK Partizan, PFC Ludogorets, AEK Athens, Olympique Lyonnais, FC Copenhagen, Football Club FC SB, FK Crvena Zvezda, Olympique de Marseille, Östersunds, OGC Nice, and Real Sociedad de Football, and joined by another 4 teams from Champions League, SSC Napoli, FC Spartak Moscow, Celtic FC, and Borussia Dortmund. So we are ready. I will start with the first runner-up, or anyhow unseeded team, and let's see. And we start with the big caliber Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund. They can be drawn against all potential opponents except one. The one is, of course, Leipzig, because of they are the same nationality. So, though they come from Champions League, they cannot face one club. Borussia, twice the finalists. Borussia in the old UEFA Cup, 1993 and in 2002, and now trying their chances in the Europa League. So, ready to see the first pairing of the round of 32.
Atalanta BC.
Atalanta BC, so we just spoke about Atalanta before with Eric. Atalanta, they proved to be very motivated and very strong, and they will face a very tough opponent, which is Borussia Dortmund. OGC Nice. Nice. All options possible for Nice except Lazio, which were the winners of the same group. So they have all the other options possible for Nice. It's the first time that this club participates in the round of 32 of the UEFA Europa League, so we don't have any precedents at this stage for them. Let's see. where Eric will send Nice.
FC Lokomotiv Moscow.
Quite far away, I would say, because they will play Lokomotiv Moscow. So the first match being in France. Third team is FC Copenhagen. No teams are forbidden for Copenhagen, so they can take any of the 14 teams which are left in this spot. Best result for Copenhagen came this year in the competition with the round of 16. Certainly they will try to do better, but we have to see first who's their opponent in the round of 32.
Got it.
Club Atlético de Madrid.
So for Copenhagen, we have a club which has won twice the competition, and it is Atlético de Madrid. Certainly not a lucky draw for Copenhagen. The next one is FC Spartak Moscow. Spartak can be drawn with all teams with 3 exceptions, which are Dynamo Kiev, Football Club Zenit, and CSKA Moscow. All the other options are possible. Spartak coming from the group phase of the UEFA Champions League, and we were semi-finalists once in 1998 in the then UEFA Cup.
Athletic Club.
Athletic Club, so another club from Spain this time. It's Athletic Club. We'll travel to Moscow in February. And Athletic is another former finalist of the UEFA Europa League. AEK Athens. AEK from Greece. They can be drawn with all the teams except AC Milan, who topped their group. So for AEK, in their record we find a semi-final, but 40 years ago, only 1977. It's a long way for AEK to try to equal or improve their record.
FC Dynamo Kiev.
So AEK Athens will take on FC Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev. From the Ukrainian capital, also a semi-finalist in 2009. And we have now Celtic FC. Celtic, there is no particular condition for this draw. They have all the current options open to them, at least those clubs which have not been drawn yet. So Celtic, finalists in 2003. A thrilling match played in Sevilla against Jose Mourinho's FC Porto.
Football Club Zenit.
So Celtic will face another Russian team, Zenit St. Petersburg. The first match being in Glasgow, mid-February.
Nice one.
And the next club is Napoli. Napoli can be drawn against all teams with two exceptions, Milan and Lazio. All the others are open for them. I remind you that Napoli won the UEFA Cup in 1989 with Diego Armando Maradona.
RB Leipzig.
So Leipzig. So Napoli will face Rasenball Leipzig. Which is coming from Champions League, like Napoli. So this is a clash between two clubs from Champions League. And the next one is FK Crvena Zvezda, Red Star Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda cannot be paired with Arsenal, who were in the same group, but all the other clubs are possible. So it's 8 options for Crvena Zvezda. Finalists in the UEFA Cup 1979. But you certainly remember also winners of Champions League, the Champions Cup in 1991. See where Crvena Zvezda taking Serbia back into this knockout phase of Europa League. They will face
PFC CSKA Moscow.
So they will face CSKA Moscow, another of the many Russian clubs that we have in this round. Are ready for another pairing. Halfway through. And the next one is the host of the final 2018, Olympique Lyonnais. No conditions here either. So all the 7 clubs left can be paired with Olympique Lyonnais. Sorry, 8 clubs left actually. Olympique Lyonnais played the semi-final in May this year. You certainly remember 2 great matches with Ajax Amsterdam.
Villarreal FC.
And for Olympique Lyonnais, we have Villarreal, another club which is a usual client of the Europa League. Three times the semi-finalist of the Europa League. And the next club is Real Sociedad. San Sebastian, Real Sociedad. Can be paired with all the clubs left. No issues, no conditions. Let's see.
FC Salzburg.
So Real Sociedad versus FC Salzburg. FK Partizan, Belgrade, the second Serbian club in this round. Also here we don't have any condition, and we have 6 opponents left. Braga, Milan, Victoria Pilsen, Arsenal, Lazio and Sporting Clube.
FC Victoria Pilsen.
So Partizan is paired with Victoria Pilsen from the Czech Republic. One more. That's Football Club FC SB from Romania. And for FCSB, also no conditions. 5 possible opponents. Best result for this club was the semi-final back in 2006.
SS Lazio.
Lazio. So Lazio has now got a travel to Bucharest in February. PFC Ludogorets from Bulgaria this time. And Ludogorets cannot be paired with SC Braga, which is the seeded team coming from their same group. So they can only be paired with Milan, with Arsenal or with Sporting Clube de Portugal.
AC Milan.
AC Milan, so Milan traveling to Bulgaria for this round. So they will start chasing the only trophy missing in their showcase with a travel to Bulgaria. FC Astana, first time Kazakhstan in this knockout round, and for Astana 3 options are possible: Braga, Arsenal or Sporting. It will be a long travel anyway.
True.
Sporting Club Portugal.
Sporting Club de Portugal is paired with Astana. Now we have only 2 left. The 2 extremes in our scenario. And now we have Östersunds, debutants in the knockout phase of the Europa League from Sweden. Let's see if it is SC Braga or Arsenal FC playing with Östersunds.
Arsenal FC.
It is Arsenal. So Arsenal will face a Swedish opposition in their first knockout round. And the last unseeded club is, of course, Olympique de Marseille.
Here we go.
Olympique de Marseille, we think we know who they have to play with, and we want to see it.
SC Braga.
Yes, it is Braga. So with Olympique de Marseille, SC Braga, we have completed the table of the round of 16, and Pedro Pinta will come back on stage and will tell us what he thinks about this draw.
Well done, gentlemen. Excellent draw for the round of 32 of the UEFA Europa League. Some amazing matches to look forward to all across Europe. And if you want to start planning to make arrangements to attend those matches and make sure that you don't miss any of the action, the first leg will take place on the 15th of February with a return leg happening on the 22nd. So all will happen in just a space of 1 week. Please also note that the round of 16 draw will take place here on the 23rd of February, right after the return leg matches in the round of 32, of course. That will do it from all of us here on stage. A pleasure to see all of you. Our wishes of happy holidays and successful, fantastic new year in 2018. Thank you.